Ahoy there, Legion. Hope the weekend's treated you well. Last time we took a look at how to Trinity. Today's Rhino's turn. Now, one of my better kept secrets is that I've used Rhino once or twice in the past. I can't think of any videos that he's in off the top of my head, but if you take a close look at our past videos, you're bound to find him tucked away in one of those somewhere. Rhino was the original tank frame, which is actually what drew me to him in the first place. Unfortunately for tank lovers out there, while he's durable, he's no tank. If that's the one aspect of the game you were looking for, Valk and Inaros are the two you're going to want to aim your sights on. In my opinion, Rhino is more like a sturdy, dependable DPS. Glass cannons are nice, but you do 0 damage when you're dead. Rhino can both eat up and dish out damage, buff your group to deal even more, and has some utility and mobility in there for an extra spice. Let's take a closer look at his abilities. The first one you'll have access to is Rhino Charge. This one's pretty simple, just gotta pick a direction and Charlie Sheen across the level. Enemies in your way get damaged and knocked down. If you enjoy that, try it out with Iron Skin active and you'll send them soaring. Each time you cast Charge, you're going to notice a meter pop up for a second. If you cast it again during that time, it'll reset. Your charge damage will increase, your distance will increase, and the cost to use it will decrease. This stacks more than once, so if you can tolerate the level flying past your screen, you can zoop around the place dealing damage for marginal energy cost. His second, and unfortunately only ability most people know about him, is Iron Skin. This is the sole source of tank frame you're going to find on Rhino, and why I think calling him such is a bit of a stretch. It's pretty easy, just cast the ability and gain a shield. It applies a barrier on top of your current health and shield stats, so it'll be consumed first. So if you're almost dead and see a rocket with your name on it, pop Iron Skin and welcome to Awesome Town. Population, every Rhino player. Ever. In fact, for a few seconds right after you cast it, you'll actually soak up the damage you receive and store it like a battery. When the timer expires, that'll feed directly into your Iron Skin's health pool, making it last even longer. While active, it prevents status effects like bleeding, some knockdown effects, or getting your energy drained by infested ancients. A great ability, but try not to overly rely on it and get lazy, as it's a very easy trap to fall into. His third ability is Roar, and is quite handy. Using it buffs you and any nearby friendly target's damage. So if you want a defense mission to move a little faster, or enemy's armor is starting to get a bit thick, give out a shout and there you go. It applies the damage buff to both weapons and abilities. But the strange thing going on under the hood is, while you deal more ability damage, you don't actually gain any ability power. So don't cast this and then Iron Skin right after, assuming it'll be stronger because of it. Not like I ever thought that's how it works or anything. So his ultimate ability is Rhino Stomp. You might be noticing a Rhino blank naming scheme here. Never said nothing about Rhino being eloquent. Using Stomp causes a fairly large area around yourself to damage enemies, lift them off the ground, and slowly fall back down Matrix style, making any survivors easy to locate and provide excellent headshot target practice. Or if you'd prefer, you can use Charge on the slow-mo enemies for double the damage on top of your multiplier. That's the basics on how his abilities work, but how does he play in the field? Well, that's going to be up to your own playstyle, Legion. Build-wise, you can swing him however you like, but I suppose his main 3 options are going to be damage, defense, or support. For damage, you're going to want to focus on power, strength, range, and efficiency mods, so your Stomp will deal a lot of damage across a huge area for minimal costs. You'll probably want to squeeze in a rush or armored agility in there, as without, Rhino's naturally big boned, so he's a bit on the slow side. I'm trying to lose it, boss. Hey, you're beautiful just the way you are, baby. Defense, of course, would gravitate towards Iron Skin, so power, strength, and efficiency. The rest of your mod space should go towards buffing your health, shields, and as much bonus armor as you're comfortable with. Support is actually what I go with, as I'm a nut for various reasons. In fact, I could probably just do a guide on this style of play alone, but basically, this one's more about making sure the group as a whole is doing well, and that the mission is successful. It's a bit of a mix of the 2 previous builds, with an equal amount of customization and what some fancy folks would describe as, yeah, that looks good enough. Preferably, you're going to want to be able to soak a decent amount of damage to help the group out when it needs it, so you'll probably want to buff your stats in Iron Skin. On higher level content, you're going to want Roar on pretty much at all times, but I'd actually recommend efficiency over duration, as that can lead to difficulties reapplying it. Those are just the 3 main routes, of course. You can do whatever variations you like. Good news is, no matter what you decide, I dare say you won't get bored of him, as I've been going on 3 years with this old guy, and he's still as dependable now as he was then. If you're curious on how modding works, I'll put a link up to it on the screen right about now. That should cover darn near everything you might be wondering about it. If you liked this guide, we'd be honored if you'd like, favorite, and share it with your fellow Tenno. We always appreciate it when you does. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time, Legion. Take care. I'm trying to lose it, boss. Hey, you're beautiful just the way you are, baby.